Exercise 7. If you take a look at the drawing, you can see the arc up here has almost no dimensions. Actually, it doesn't have any dimensions. So we'll have to figure out how to draw this arc. Well, we'll do this by making this exercise. Select all elements, take a look at your CAD exercises document exercise 7 to take a look at the drawing, as we are now deleting these elements. And we will start with the lower horizontal line from left to right and enter a y value of 0. Then we move on to our vertical line, which has a value of 60, and in this case the end point of this line is important, as from that point on we will draw a line with an angle. So this is 40, and we can trim this, and we can define a line with an angle from this point, which has an angle, if you look at the dimensions in your drawing, from -90 plus 240. The length of the line is not known, so we could estimate it as being, let's say, 60 mil. We have two sharp corners right here, so we can fillet them automatically with a radius of 5, and not click on OK, but on also all sharp corners will be filleted, as you can see right here. Our next element is the arc we were talking about, and as you can see, we will not get any further on this side as we don't have any information. So we could decide to reverse our chain and try to work from this side on to the end result. So here we can draw a vertical line on an x of 0. Again, the end point is important, so we can enter 20 here. Okay. We can fillet this with 5, and we move to a line with an angle. If you look at the drawing, the angle would be -90 plus 140. The length of the line in this case is known, which is 30 mil, and we can enter on OK, and we will draw a line with an angle from this point on, which is 90 degrees further. So we could use the angle relative option in this case and enter a value of 90 and a length of 20. Click on OK. There's our line. As these two corners have the same radius, we can automatically fillet them with 3 and click on all, so all sharp corners are being filleted within the selection. So there are our two radiuses, and now we need this arc to be drawn. If you take a closer look, what you can say about this arc is that the arc will be tangent on this line, it will be tangent on this line. This would leave a radius if you would know the radius value, but as you don't know this, you should take a further look, and if you look at the drawing, you might say that this arc would end exactly on this point. So this would make you think about the function arc 3 elements. So you would draw an arc which is tangent to 3 elements. So this could be a combination of three lines, 3 arcs, 3 points, or a mix of these elements. So let's try to define a point on the end of this line. So move to draw point logically, because if you want to define a point, always move to draw point. You will always find your solution out of these options. So in this case, we would select on entity, which gives you the opportunity to define a point with a certain percentage of the last element, which in this case is this line. For example, if you would enter percentage of 50, you would get a point on the middle of this last element. If you move one step backwards and repeat your last function, and you would enter 100%, logically you will get your point on the end of this line. So this is in order. So if we would now deselect all elements just to make our own selection we desire, so we would select this line, Then we would select this point. Then we would select the line in this direction. So Tensor would like to draw an arc like this. So now we will move to draw arc 3 elements. And you see this arc is tangent to this line, and it intersects exactly on this point. Tensor is willing to help you by deselecting automatically the second element, because chances are very big that you would like to trim the 3 remaining elements, which is also the case right here. So if you click on trim, you can see your contour is being closed. You can then select the point as you don't need it anymore and delete the point. Don't worry, nothing's being changed here, it's just the pixels on your screen. So move to view, redraw, and then you see everything is in order. Always try to check if your contour is closed by clicking on the shift button or pressing on the shift button and click on an element, so you can see it will find all elements closed, joined to each other. So in this case our chain is closed, and this is the end of our exercise. Try to do this exercise as well and then move on to the next exercise.